Now, listen to me. You will be making a huge mistake to begin to think that that is all to you that we are saying right now. It will be a huge mistake for you to be thinking that is you, that is all to you. If you had been brought up in another environment as well, the same blood will still have been in you, the same skin on you, the same hair on you, the same name, the same parents, but because you were brought up in a different environment, we will have been seeing a different you. But it will still be you, but a different you. Now, what does that tell us? That is telling us that anything we see right now, or anyone we are looking at, the way we are seeing you, is not really you yet. It is only you that you have come to settle with. It is only the you that you have come to agree or accept. But when we are talking about adding value to yourself and working on yourself, the goal of working on yourself is to discover the real you. The goal is to discover the ultimate self. The goal is to discover the ultimate self. And before you could discover the ultimate self, we need evaluation. Self-evaluation is necessary for us to discover you. Hello, everybody. I want to tell you today, most of you are yet to be discovered. You yourself don't even know you yet. You yourself have not even discovered yourself yet. I had to discover myself one day like that. It was about maybe over 20 years ago that I needed to stop and said, is this me, or this is just what the environment made me to be? So even now, I'm a Nigerian. I am not denying that. But a lot of Nigerians will say, I am not totally Nigerian anymore. Why? And also, people in Russia know that I'm not Russian. And I'm not American. I'm not British. I'm not English. I'm not European. I'm not American. I'm African, but I'm not totally African as well. People say, you don't behave like an African, because I made a self that I had to do the exercise upon myself. I had to recreate myself to match the ultimate me. I have to stop and think it out and study and do an analysis and do a programming and do an evaluation of myself to create the ultimate Sunday. The ultimate Sunday Adelaja. I'm not saying to discover you right now. No, I'm saying to create the ultimate you. Now, how do you evaluate yourself? How do you recreate yourself? First of all, for you to recreate anything, for you to create anything, you need to know that you need an original. You need a prototype. You need a model. You need a model. So as a man, it was important for me to discover that every one of us, we are a copycat. We are a man or a woman. Every one of us, we are made in the image and likeness of God. So the original, the model, the prototype is God. My prototype is God. When I discovered that, I found out that everything, almost 90% of everything that I've been taught as a Nigerian has been faulty. And then I discovered also that 90% of everything that I've learned in the church and from the church, that I've learned from being born again, has also been faulty. So I had to sit down and make a list, make a self-evaluation and analysis. And the goal of the analysis is to empty myself, first of all. First of all, empty myself of all the cultural garbages that have been put in me. From my culture, from my parents, from my environment, from my schools, from my people around me, from my country, from just my growing up.